Hello students, welcome back once again. This is your English teacher Himanshi ma'am, and today's video is going to be for class 8. That's right. And with 8th class we are about to finish the chapter pronouns, which is our first chapter in grammar. Before that we have already completed 2 chapters in course book. Student, in today's video I'm trying to wrap up the chapter pronouns from my side, but that doesn't mean your work is finished, because you have to do the worksheet which is provided in every video in the description box on your own in your registers, as well as you have to make sure that you have written the definition of each kind of pronoun that we have discussed with examples. So when all of this work you have completed from your side, then you can say that you have finished the chapter grammar pronouns. Okay, so now students, let us quickly recap everything that we have done in pronouns till now. First of all, we discussed what are pronouns. Pronouns are those part of speech which can be used in place of any noun. Okay, wait, I think we're going a little far. What are the 3 things that first you are going to do? Why am I already starting? First, I completely forgot that you have to do something before we start our chapter. That's right, you have to like this video. Click on the like button, then share this video, and make sure all of you are my subscribers. That's right. Okay, let's come back to pronouns. So students, we have discussed that pronouns are used in place of any noun. Then we discussed that there are different kinds of pronoun, and we have to discuss the pronouns which are given in your chapter in the book. And I hope you all have already downloaded the PDF of the chapter from your school website. That's right. Now students, so the next thing what I'm going to tell you is that we have discussed personal pronoun, we have discussed possessive pronoun, we have discussed demonstrative, then we discussed interrogative, then we discussed emphatic, then we discussed relative, then we discussed reciprocal, right? All these we have already discussed. So today what are we going to do? We are going to discuss the last kind of pronoun that we have in your books, and this one is quite lengthy, so I want you all to pay attention and listen to all the points. So there are quite a lot of points which I want to discuss with you. First of all, that pronoun is relative pronouns. What are these? These are relative pronouns. Relative word that means when we are relating to something. That means we are mentioning a subject and object, and for that relation we are using a pronoun. Beta, relative pronouns are those pronouns which are used to introduce any relative clause. You all must remember clauses, phrases, clauses, sentences. You all know what is a clause in a sentence, that incomplete part. Clause is never a sentence, but there can be a clause in a sentence, right? So relative clause means when you're using a pronoun in a clause in a full long sentence. Understood? Now let's come to the relative clauses. In relative pronouns, where you're introducing the relative clauses, beta, you have to first understand 2 different kinds of clauses. Relative clauses you have to understand. One is defining clause, second is non-defining. Now what do you understand by defining? Define means when you are explaining something, isn't it? You're giving a definition, you're giving a name, you're giving the most important information. Whenever we do a topic, we write the definition of that topic. So definition, define, to explain something, right? So defining clauses means that part of the sentence which is an important information, essential information. And on the other hand, just the opposite of that is non-defining clause. Non-defining means it is a clause in a sentence, but it is not the most important information. Rather, it is some extra information which we want to give by using a relative pronoun. Understood? Again, let's come back to defining clause. I will give you one example. Let's see. Narendra Modi, who is the PM of India, declared the lockdown. Now students, this is the full sentence. Narendra Modi, who is the Prime Minister of India, declared the lockdown. So what is the clause? The clause in this sentence is who is the Prime Minister. And what is the pronoun? The pronoun is who. This is where comes the relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are the WH words which we are using in a clause. Remember students, a few days ago we were discussing interrogative pronouns, And in interrogative pronouns, we discussed that we have to use WH family for putting up any kind of question, and they become interrogative pronouns. Similarly, those WH family we are using again in this, but not for asking any question, rather to give an answer. This is an answer. Why? Because it is being used in a clause, in a sentence, to give some essential information. It is used to define something, to define the subject. So in a way that is giving an answer, isn't it? So when you use WH family to give answers related to the subject, they are called relative pronouns. You have to remember the three most important ones: who, which, that. Now beta, if you remember, we also discussed that from who, WHO, there are two divisions, whom and whose. Whom is used for person and whose is used for the thing of that person, possession of that person, right? So these are again used in relative pronouns for person: who, whom, whose. Then you have which. Which is a WH family word which is used for relating to things. And the third one is that. You know, students, if you remember, so many times I have told you that spoken English and written English are very different from each other. So that is also a relative pronoun which is more often, more commonly used in speaking. Many times in speaking we don't use the word whom, we don't use the word whose. You know, if you will observe anyone's English when they are talking to you, in fact even in the classroom, when you and I we are discussing, most commonly we will use the word that. Ma'am, the student that have gone outside, right? So most commonly we use that. So this is also a relative pronoun which is more commonly used in speaking, spoken English. Understood? So you have who, whom, whose, you have which, you have that. These are your relative pronouns, and relative pronouns are used for any kind of relative clause in a sentence. And then coming back to relative clause, we have two relative clauses: defining, non-defining. Defining means that clause which is the important part of a sentence, which is giving the important information, essential information, without which the sentence will be incomplete. But just the opposite of that, non-defining clauses are those part of the sentence which are giving extra information, which may or may not be needed, but if we are giving them, we will use a relative pronoun for them. Understood? Now let us compare a few examples which I want to give you so that we can understand better. Defining clauses. See the sentence: Narendra Modi, who is the Prime Minister of India, declared the lockdown. So who is the Prime Minister? This is your clause, and who is your relative pronoun of this defining clause. Second example. The blue blazer which Florence could not afford made her cry. The blue blazer which Florence could not afford made her cry. Now students, if we will remove this clause which Florence could not afford, this is the clause in this sentence, if we will remove it, then a very important information will be missing from this sentence, and the meaning of this sentence will remain incomplete. So that is why this clause will be a defining clause, and the clause is which Florence could not afford. This is the clause, and the full sentence is the blue blazer which Florence could not afford made her cry. So now what will be the relative pronoun in this example? Which. That's right, and we are using it for a thing. That thing is blue blazer. Another example: winter is the season when I am happiest. Winter is the season when I am happiest. Now we are not using which, we are not using that, but we have used when. This word is also from WH family, which is used for giving any time, right? So winter season is a time period we are giving. I have given this example to tell you that apart from which, that and who, there are other WH family words which can also be used as a relative pronoun. Okay? Although who, which, that, these three are the main ones, but sometimes we also use when, where, what, how. These can also be used, but they are used in lesser number, and the other three which we have discussed earlier, they are used more in number. Understood? So Now let's do the examples of non-defining clause. Non-defining clause means the clause which is giving only extra information. We had a family lunch. This is enough information in itself. We had a family lunch, which I always enjoy. Now this is extra information. We had a family lunch. This is an information in itself, which I always enjoy. This is an extra information. So what is the pronoun we are using in it? Which. That's right. Second example, my grandma, who is a singer, received an award. Now students, imagine I remove the clause in this. My grandma received an award. This is a sentence in its own, isn't it? But we are using a non-defining clause to give extra information about the subject. My grandma, who is a singer, received an award. So here the clause is who is a singer. That is the clause. And what is the relative pronoun in that clause? Who. That's right. So we have used who is a singer in the clause and we have used relative pronoun who. So now the whole sentence becomes my grandma, who is a singer, received an award. Next, one more important thing beta, whenever in a sentence we are using non-defining clause, we cannot use the pronoun that. Okay, this is one thing, one rule which you have to remember. You have to read the sentence, you have to identify the clause. First of all, you have to identify the clause. First step. Second step, you will identify whether it is defining clause or non-defining clause, right? Third step, you have to see if it is non-defining clause, that means you cannot put that pronoun in. That, THAT, that you cannot put. You have to use any other WH family word. Understood? So in relative pronouns, you have to remember these all points and then you will be easily able to solve the questions based on relative pronoun as well as make your own sentences when we are speaking. And one more important thing, in spoken English, that is more commonly used rather than other WH family words. So this was your relative pronoun. Based on this discussion, we are going to have a worksheet in the description box. Read it, understand it, do it yourself. I'll catch you later. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.